What is up, you guys? Happy Monday. I'm so sorry I have not made a video in here in a couple of weeks now. Again, like I mentioned, I think last week, I'm in the process of revamping a lot of things. I really want to make sure, and like my always number one priority with you guys is making sure that I am bringing my best self forward, that I'm always able to give you guys, what you need, what is going to best serve you, and also my clients as well. And so I always want to make sure that, you know, the information I'm giving you guys and the motivational content and just like everything that we're kind of going over in this group is going to be something that moves you in the right direction at all times. And just so that I'm really able to fully give you guys my best self as well, I want to make sure that everything is kind of structured and that it makes sense and that you're able to really get the most out of what you need from being in this group and getting that motivation and getting that structure that you need and getting, just the, again, like the right information. I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys things that are actually valuable to you and not just kind of like filling you up with a bunch of nonsense. So again, I apologize for not making videos in this group recently. I'm going to be better about it. I just really want to make sure again that I am always doing what is best for you guys, just kind of moving forward. So diving into the topic of kind of finding your why. It happens a lot where I have, whether it's with a client or people in this group or just people that I meet in general, a big thing that I always hear is, I just struggle with motivation. I struggle with getting my workout done. I struggle with going to go make the food I need to. I struggle with, getting my ass up in the morning and making sure that I'm actually like following through with my workouts. And, I'm just really tired all the time. I just don't really have, like, I'm just not feeling super motivated. So obviously purpose and passion are something that I hold very, very dear to my heart. And for me, passion has always been something that has really driven me forward. It has been something that it always kind of like lights that fire under my butt, right? Which is why I've stuck with doing this for so long, is because I have this very sincere like purpose and passion and connection with you guys here. And so I love coming in here. I love like doing things for you guys. I love making content for you guys. I love talking about fitness and weight loss and nutrition. And I love having these conversations with you guys. And it's like that is what truly motivates me to keep going. Like even when I'm exhausted, even when I'm having a horrible week, when I'm having a hard time, when shit's hitting the fan, like that purpose and that passion behind why I run this group is always what really what propels me forward, if that makes sense. It always kind of keeps me moving in the right direction. And I think that sometimes we put so much extra pressure on ourselves to feel motivated and excited and like doing all the things, and it's just, unfortunately, it's not, in reality it's not like that. Like it's, as much as we love to think that motivation is the issue, that's not actually the issue. Like as much as like, it sucks, but like it's not the issue. Motivation is not your problem. Your purpose is your problem. And I know that kind of sounds counterintuitive, but when we're looking at purpose versus motivation, we need to look at kind of what your why is. Like, why are you even doing this? Why not just stay the way you are? Why do you have these goals that you want to lose weight? Why do you want to lose 20 pounds? Why is that important to you? What is that going to do for your life? What is that going to do for your family? What is that going to do for your children? What is that going to do for your work life? We need to look a little bit deeper and stop looking at, because like motivation is very surface level, right? Like motivation is very, like if there was layers to the journey of losing weight and doing all of these things, I think that like motivation, sorry, I was adjusting the camera a little bit. It was like it's reflecting in my face. Losing weight is like, not losing weight, but motivation is so surface level. Like if there was layers to losing weight, motivation is very like top layer, very, very surface, not that deep. Like motivation is kind of what we blame when we fall off track or we don't do things. But when in reality, we need to start focusing a lot more on your why. Like, why are you even doing this in the first place? Like, are you going to keep up with your kids better? Are you going to be able to live longer? Is it going to help you have better results when you go to the doctors? Like, what is the actual purpose of this? Like, why are you even doing this in the first place? And I know it, again, I know it seems like motivation is the issue, but it's totally not. We get so fixated on numbers and measurements and, what has worked, what hasn't worked. Well, I lost weight 5 years ago, but now I can't do it anymore. We get so fixated on numbers and measurements, and we've just kind of forgotten our entire purpose of like why we're even doing this in the first place. We've kind of lost that initial like, no, like this is why this is important to me. And then for some reason, when things don't work out, we blame it on motivation and say, oh, we kind of just fell off track. I'm just not feeling very motivated. I can't get up in the morning. And that's kind of the easy, like, go to, I'm just going to blame motivation for the reason why I didn't actually follow through. And we need to really stop relying on motivation to be what is going to get you to that end result. You are not going to get that, like, you're not going to get very far just kind of going through the motions and blaming motivation and saying, oh, I'm just not really feeling it today. Like, you're not going to get that far in life with that kind of mentality. You need to look a lot deeper and be able to kind of get past that surface level of motivation as the reason why things aren't working out. And you really need to revisit and look at and reconnect with what your actual purpose is. Like, why are you even doing this in the first place? And once you are able to reconnect with your purpose and you're really able to dig deep and figure out why you're even doing this in the first place, that is going to be what ignites that fire under your butt. That is what is going to get you up in the morning, because you have an external purpose that drives you forward. It's the same way if you like, if you guys ever know me in person, I am like super squirrel, right? Like, I am so very like shiny object syndrome. Oh my God, that looks so fun. I'll do it for a week and then I stop. And it's because I'm not passionate about it. You need to figure out what drives your passion and your purpose forward. And that's what's going to allow you to truly follow through with this. That is what is going to allow you to get from point A to point B with like as little restraint as humanly possible, is really being able to sit down, deep dive. Why are you doing this in the first place? Why is this going to drive you forward? Why is this going to make your life better? What is this going to do for you as a person? And not just, not motivated, not feeling it today. We'll try again next week. Stop looking at the surface level. You need to dig a lot deeper. And I think once you're really able to sit down and do that, you're going to really be able to kind of get yourself out of that funk. Because again, like, going through a weight loss journey and how you feel as a person and how you kind of go through your day to day, like, it's never just like this, right? Like, it's never constantly like, yes, things are just always getting better. Like, it's more like one of these like constant roller coaster, right? Where even though we would love for it to just be like a straight up motion, it's not always going to be that way. And unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. So when you are kind of going through that like roller coaster motion, the high days are going to be great, right? You're going to be like, yes, feeling it, killing it, let's do it. But once you kind of get into those lower valleys, that is when you need to dig deeper. That's when that purpose is really going to need to shine through. Because again, like, there are days where I like don't want to do anything. Like, there absolutely are days like that. But even when I'm feeling like that, I know that my purpose is going to be there to continually drive me forward. My purpose is going to be there to say, no, even though you kind of feel like shit today, you still have an obligation and a duty to these other people that drive you forward, that you need to take care of them, even though you feel like shit today. Of course, again, there is a line, right? Like, don't always put other people before yourself, but I'm saying, like, use that as a tool, use that as a guide for those days where you're kind of feeling like a little bleh, like when you're kind of just a little bit tired, you're not really feeling 100% like yourself. Use that purpose and that drive to kind of propel you forward, and not allow yourself to go into that phase of like, we'll just try again next week. It just didn't work out. I'm not feeling that motivated. Like, don't allow yourself to go into that mindset. So I really hope that made sense for you guys, and that really kind of gives you a better deep dive into like how to look at your goals, how to connect with them, and really how to better propel yourself forward with your goals versus just kind of relying on that motivation. whenever you are ready to reach out to me and you want to learn how to lose 15 or so or more, hopefully more pounds in the next 12 weeks, please DM me the word program and we can chat about your goals and figure out what is going to be the next best step for you guys. So again, just DM me the word program. We can chat about it and figure out what is going to be kind of the next best step for you guys, and we'll chat soon. Bye guys.